All right, welcome to the walkthrough for how to add a new sub-team so that you can group your athletes by sport season, by sport, depending on which program is operating at that time. If you are a single sport training club, this is not something that you'll need to do. But if you are a training club that does multiple sports, this is how you can sort your athletes and keep them separated by sport. This will be useful for managing your rosters moving forward, and then especially down the line once we start using the portal for competition registrations. It'll also be very important there. But for right now, it's kind of more of a use for you to be able to see and manage all of your athletes at one time. So first thing you're going to do, you're going to log in, portals.specialolympics.org. Different folks may default to either the coach zone or the volunteer zone. If you want to change what your default view is, please reach out to a regional staff person. We can change that on the back end. It's going to depend on how your account was originally set up. So for most folks, that is going to default to the volunteer zone, but we can change it so that it defaults to this coach zone. So this is a coach zone. If it doesn't already default to there, you're going to come up here to home and switch into whatever zone you want to go to. So if you are also a parent or guardian, as a lot of our coaches are, you're going to go into that register zone to manage the folks that are officially linked to you in a more of a legal fashion, as opposed to through your training club. All right, so here we are in the coach zone. You're going to go into manage my teams, right? And you should see whatever teams Special Olympic staff people have officially linked you to. So in my case, the first team that I was officially linked to that had to be kind of given to me was this Brooklyn Dragons team. These are two examples of sub teams that I created for the cross country, for track. I'm going to go ahead and do an example team. So first you need to identify what that parent group is going to be. So in my case, all of these teams are going to be linked to Brooklyn Dragons. But you could, in theory, create a sub-team from a sub-team. So for example, I'm going to use Four Bridges here. Four Bridges Bocce. You could then create even more sub-teams where you would have the bocce team Chewbacca and those four bocce athletes. That's not so necessary unless you want to keep track of it that way, right? For the most part, we're just looking at that Four Bridges Bocce subgroup. So I'm going to go into Brooklyn Dragons, and let's pretend, for the sake of example, that Brooklyn Dragons now wants to create a floorball team, right? We're tired of just running. We want to do a team sport. All right, so we're going to scroll down. I can see that cross country and track are already set up as sub teams. I'm going to click right here to create a new sub team. Right, so this is going to be Brooklyn Dragons floorball, just for the heck of it. We are still working on adding all of the sports, so they're not all here. So don't have to worry about that right now. We're just we'll select floor hockey, but that is something that we're working on adding. But as long as you have that name up there, that is good for right now. Okay, so this is our test group. We can go in. I could deactivate it, right? So we try out floorball this year. Next year, like, oh my gosh, we need to get back to running. Hand-eye coordination, not our thing. Right, I could deactivate that. But for right now, you can go ahead and click into that, and that is where you'll be able to manage the participants. Right, so these folks automatically transferred over, myself and my co-coach, because of their leads. Athletes did not already transfer over. Let's say that I set up Caitlin as a lead for the group for track and cross country. She doesn't want to do floorball, right? Not a problem. Just going to remove her from the team, right? That does not impact her being a coach with the track and cross country team, right? That's just something that's automatically moved over because of that overarching lead role. Right, so that is how you set up a brand new sub team.